Hey, what's going on? Working Class Hustlers of America, Lamar Sheen here. And in this quick video, I want to talk about some of the reasons why people fail at Amazon arbitrage. So let's just get right into it. Number one, they're just too lazy. Guys, I'm going to be flat out. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And I've always tried to be as authentic as possible all the way back to 2017 when I started this channel. If you're lazy, this is not a business for you. There's a lot that needs to be done physically. Okay. Now, I know it's not sexy. I know you're not happy to talk about the work that you do because a lot of you have allowed yourself to be influenced by gurus and people that tell you that work is wrong and that you should only be happy and bragging about how little you work and how much you get. But yet, at the same time, we all know you get out what you put in. Okay. So if you can't embrace the work, this is not going to be for you and you will fail. Now, am I saying that you cannot outsource? Of course not. You can outsource anything. But a lot of people, before they really even learn this business and master it, they're so quick to try and hire the work out. Okay. So laziness. Number two, they're too picky. In other words, they buy this product for $5 and then they want to sell it for $500. Okay, that's not how this business works. Can you make deals like that? Absolutely. Are you going to make enough of them consistently and in enough volume to actually run a business, make a viable business? No, you're not. So you're going to have to, if you want to be successful with this, you're going to have to accept the fact that all of your deals aren't going to be 500% return on investments. Some of them are going to be 15%, 20%. You'll do nicely at 20 sometimes, okay? And this is what I say to a lot of people. You out here complaining because you didn't get that 300% return on investment and you don't even know what type of returns your own company that you work for, you don't even know what kind of returns they're getting. Because a lot of times they're not getting these big return on investments. But this is business, guys. Number three, they have unrealistic expectations. Let me get a little deeper. They think they're going to make a ton of money overnight and do nothing to get it. That's just not how life works, okay? Just because you get into business, that does not exempt you from life, okay? You've got to put the work in. You're not going to get rich overnight in most cases in this business. And I don't care what you're seeing out there or what other people are telling you. It is unrealistic to think that you're just going to get into this business and overnight you're going to be making money. It is unrealistic to think that everything's going to go right. Nothing's going to go wrong. You're not going to come into, any roadblocks, challenges. It's unrealistic to think that. This is life, guys. Okay. Okay, hustlers. Number four, guys are thinking like hustlers instead of thinking like managers. This is super, super important. So understand what I'm talking about, because around here, we refer to ourselves as working class hustlers, and that's great. But if you really want to build a viable, profitable, sustainable, and legitimate business, you've got to start thinking like a manager. See, when you start thinking like a manager versus a hustler, things are going to happen. Give you an example. A hustler goes out to Facebook Marketplace, buys this phone for a certain amount, and then they turn around and flip it on eBay or some other platform, and that's great. Hey, I flipped and I'm a hustler. That's cool. But when you start thinking like a manager, then you really start running a business and you start to behave like a manager. The thought process of a manager takes you well beyond hustling. You start doing things like planning, developing systems, identifying replenishable products, and then acting and making sure that you're never out of stock on your best selling products. You start knowing your numbers, you start keeping your books, you start behaving. When the money comes in, you start identifying what was the cost of goods out of this, what was the actual profit. Let me put this money back because I'm going to need to have a budget. Maybe I want to grow the budget. So now I'm putting back the cost of goods, plus I'm putting back a percentage of the profit. See, that's what's going to take you to another level. And that's the reason why people fail, because they're thinking like a hustler, okay? Flea market type stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be successful, you got to start thinking like a manager. Number five, people give up too quickly and they're always chasing shiny objects. Guys, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You're watching these YouTube videos. YouTube has identified you as a person that wants to make money. So you know what YouTube does? They say, oh, here's another way to make money. He likes making money. And before you know it, you're just constantly being hit with all of these opportunities, and they all work, and you can't be two places at the same time. You need to pick the business that you're going to stick to. You need to stick to it. There's opportunities everywhere. That's why America is one of the greatest places in the world, because you have the ability to go after whatever you want. You can't go after everything. Okay. Everywhere you look, there's money being made. That does not mean that it's for you. What's for you? Well, whatever you're going to stick to, that's what is going to work for you. So you can't be constantly chasing shiny objects. And number 6, this is important, guys. A lot of people fail in this business and in others because they're busy comparing themselves to other people. Do not compare yourself. Their journey is their journey. Yours is yours. And you know what? You watching people on these social media platforms, you don't know if they're telling the truth. It's a quick way to be discouraged. It's a quick way to feel down and being left behind. Your journey is your journey. Stick to it. Instead of focusing on what other people are posting on social media, when you don't even know how much of that is fake, you need to focus on doing what you need to do. If you stick with this business, it will pay back. I promise you. But you've got to put the time in. So much is going to come to you when you stick to it. So that's all I have for today. Guys, take advantage of what the resources down in the description. There are things that we put out there for your benefit. If you're serious about this business, text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. You can talk to me, and I guarantee you, I can help you out. You want to hear me do some hooping and hollering? Call me, and I'll do that, and we'll get you going. All right, later.